Good afternoon, teacher and classmates. We have chosen to talk about Nelson Mandela, who was a South African leader and was recognized for a fight against apartheid, which was a system of racial segregation in South Africa.
Now, let's continue with some main facts about him. We did some research on his personal information, and well, his full name is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. His nickname was Madiba. He was born on July 18, 1918 in Mabeso, South Africa. Therefore, his nationality is South African and unfortunately and died on December 5, 2013 at Houston State, Johannesburg, South Africa. He had three married and had six children from them.
Nelson Mandela had numerous achievements and recognitions throughout his life. For example, he received a Nobel Peace Prize in 1993 and for his role in ending apartheid and promoting reconciliation in South Africa, the Queen's Order of Merit in 1995 was in recognition of his fight for justice and peace, and a Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2002 and for the highest civilian honor in the United States, and was awarded for the leadership in human rights and the Bharat Prize Ratna in 1990, which was India's highest recognition for exceptional contributors, and the Shekharov Prize in 1988 was award by the European Parliament for the fight for human rights, and more than 250 honorary degrees for the universities around the world.
He also made several contributions and achievements. For example, he was the first black president of South Africa in the years in 1994 and 1999 and achieved a peaceful transition towards democracy. He also a leader in the fight against apartheid since it was a key movement to abolish racial segregation in South Africa. The creation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission promoted justice and forgiveness after decades of discrimination. He was the founder of an organization dedicated to him, to education, health, and development. Social, he was a great inspiration for human rights movements around the world. His legacy greatly influenced the fight for equality.
Nelson had a profound impact on the role of the education and the other social spheres. For example, in the education, he was a great defender of equal access, and he promoted the educational opportunities for the most disadvantaged and obtained his Nelson Mandela Foundation as he believed that education was the key to transforming the world and eradicating poverty.
Now, some reasons why we choose Nelson Mandela. We choose Nelson Mandela because we believe that he is a symbol of struggle, justice, and resilience because even though he spent 27 years in prison, he never lost hope or the desire to join his country. He had a great capacity to forgive above all promote peace after so many years of receiving injustice. I think that is why he inspired us to talk about him.
And we admire him because Nelson Mandela always showed that change is possible with determination and courage. The leadership in the fight against apartheid and the great commitment to education and human rights, which is why he teaches and that despite adversity he must and always and fight for a better future.
We also believe that thanks to Nelson Mandela's achievements in education and human rights, he promotes inclusion and equality that we can plant in our classrooms as future teachers because we also want to inspire our students to develop as human beings regardless of the circumstance and provides a safe space.
And we as a future teachers identify with him because to the great perseverance and leadership he has and thus motivating us to promote more values in our students and train students capable of transforming their environment.
To include, we have two examples of activity that we can do with our students. For example, the first activity could be a role play with an interactive map so they could better understand the life and achievement of Nelson Mandela. They could make cards with images of important events in his life.
And the second activity will be to make a tree of Mandela's values so we can reflect on the values that he represents and their importance in our lives. Then this is a Nelson Mandela's famous quote, and education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. And then this is our final activity about the biography of Nelson Mandela, and its name is the Tree of Values. And the main idea of this activity is to complete the white space to the letter missing, and it's just values that you can learn around your life.